And we're live!
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Dr. Nick!
Oh, boy.
Well, Del, we're here for the end of your long career of working Mondays here at Sofa Justice Warriors. It's, who can forget all of the highlights?
Me and Triple H, I don't want to work Mondays. So, we are going to be playing Life Force today.
And Gradius 3.
Yeah, I told Joe to get Life Force. I got lucky. I got super lucky when I was a kid because the very first game I got to rent at Bob Ridge Video was Life Force. I had no idea what I was getting into. I just saw the cover. I saw a snake. I saw a spaceship.
It's right above us.
Yeah, that thing. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And got it for the weekend and loved it.
I was familiar with the original Gradius, but I played neither of these games.
Yeah, so Gradius was almost like a proof of concept.
Yeah.
And it did give us the code. Yes, the Konami code, the most important 10 inputs in a gamer's history.
I'd say hashtag up, up, down, down, but that's Xavier Woods' whole thing.
But this game, Life Force, features the Vic Viper and the Road British, the two ships from Gradius for Player 1 and Player 2. Only now they are on the screen at the same time.
You can play simultaneously.
Yeah.
A thing we are not going to do.
No. Just because it's a little hectic when you got two people both fighting over power-ups, because the number of power-ups do not increase.
Which would be fun for a stream, but I don't feel like it.
So, you're looking at the attract mode right now. Remember when games had attract modes?
No.
They didn't just idle at the start
screen?
Yeah, this is another old holdover from arcades.
Right. You'd see the gameplay and go, I want to do that! Mm-hmm. And it would loop back to the title screen over and over again. And yeah, games for a long time were just like, let's do what the arcades do, only at home.
Yeah.
And didn't realize they could really expand beyond that for a time.
So let's see if I can actually get the code put in. Which one is B? Is that B?
Yeah, that's B.
Okay. So the thing about Life Force, you got to be quick about it.
We didn't mention what the Konami code is for people who don't know. Okay, it's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, BA, start.
There's only one BA, but yes. In this one, at least.
In this one, okay.
But,
but you do it in Konami games. And you get, like in Contra, 30 lives.
Yeah, and the reason it exists is they would have testing teams who had to play the games for...
I Love Bridges is here. Hello.
Yes, you would do that in-game. They had a tester who had to play the game to, run into a wall 500 times. See what happened. And the games were too hard because they were still designed under the concept that, this was supposed to eat your quarters. So he wrote in a little code to give himself an extra power-ups so that he could survive the game and actually play it. And he then forgot to take it out.
Is that the story?
That's the real story.
Is this an urban...
That's not an urban legend. You can look it up. You can go to Konami Code on Wikipedia and read about it.
All right.
But yeah, that is the real reason. And he did it in one game. I almost want to say it was Gradius. And then after that, it was so popular that Konami let's just do that for real then. So ever since the first time it happened, it's been intentional. But the first time was just a leftover.
The original Ninja Turtles beat 'em up on the Game Boy. I remember you could do it for full life once.
Yeah.
Just somewhere during the game.
All right. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. I think I got it. Yep, 30 lives.
Right on.
So... I'll tell you what I've learned playing this. The first thing you want to do is get double speed upgrades because movement is what wins the game. Being able to get into and out of bad situations. After that, you're probably going to chase down options, but you can see how I'm actually faster than the ships themselves, which is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And once you have options, that's just a force multiplier that's going to help you for the rest of the game. You're also going to want to hang on to... once you have power-ups, once you have a stored power-up, you can see them at the bottom there.
Right.
The thing fills up. Once you have some storage, you're going to want to always have at least one in reserve, because if you die, it then resets to one level power-up, but you can instantly get a speed-up, which is hugely important. So let's talk about Life Force itself. Catch an option, too. So Life Force, like I said, is the sequel to Gradius, and what? The secret, or the plot to it, is that an ancient enemy from out of space and time has showed up to destroy everything. And these two ships from Gradius are going to come in, and they are going to kill the giant monster.
Is Gradius like some kind of agency?
I don't know. I think that was just the first monster. But, so what that means is you actually fly into the beast, and all of these stages are taking place inside the body of the monster, which is why the very first thing you see is these giant teeth.
Yeah, this is like Lovecraftian. Hey, Bridges, how do we sound? I don't feel like running upstairs to check. But I might have to. You sound fine. Oh, that's Casper answering.
Well, hello, second person to join us.
Welcome to the stream.
So yeah, shoot 'em ups were kind of a thing for a little bit.
They still are. They came back.
Yeah, but
It's a bit of a now they're called bullet hell.
yeah, and bullet hell is a specific subgenre of the space shooter, where it's just so much stuff on screen, and the whole point is you have this.
Avoid it.
Yeah, you have this one God. You have this one pixel space-sized ship, and
a 1 pixel area that is currently unoccupied by bullets you need
Right.
to find and not die. Yeah, if you play Undertale like a pacifist, it becomes that.
So once we go down the monster's gullet, we fight its brain,
Okay.
because that's how these things work.
Shouldn't that be the end boss?
Nope.
Well, if it has no brain, how did we not just win?
It's inertia. The monster is still ongoing. Or maybe this isn't a brain, it's just... Maybe it's its uvula. It sure looks like a brain.
Sure looks like a brain.
I remember my brain has those claws.
You can see there's too many things on screen, and the NES is having trouble keeping up.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting here is bullet hells were a thing in the arcades. There we go.
Right.
Bullet hells were a thing in the arcades, and then...
For obvious reasons.
Yeah, because
Pump in another quarter.
So this game was one of the ones that would switch between vertical and horizontal gameplay.
Yeah.
So we get those speed upgrades, and then we're going to try and get missile. This is an important stage to have missile on, because there's a whole boatload of stuff.
Bridges says, Lizzie!
Yeah.
Remembers that, yeah.
We're going to get another option here. You can have two options, which is a triple force multiplier. Because each of my
What
options
is a force multiplier?
multiplies the amount of force you can bring.
Okay.
So each option that I have, that's those little blue things on the side, is a whole nother set.
I've been playing video games my entire life, but you have this vocabulary for it that I just don't. Like, the little dealies that go around your thing. I'm very not technical about it.
I mean, it says it at the bottom what they're called. Yeah, so I don't know if it was. God, give me both. Oh my god. Well, that was.
Good thing you had them 30 lives.
Yeah, that was the worst thing that could have happened.
Because you'd be done by now.
Yeah, this game does support continues, but we're getting some slowdown.
But that was the thing about Contra. I was like, I don't know anybody who can make it anywhere in that game without that code.
So there's actually a secret about Contra that a lot of people don't realize, and Contra's actually a pretty easy game to complete once you know this one weird trick. And that one weird trick is there's no time limit. You can go as slow as you want and take your time. Woo! There's no auto scroll. You can just relax, kick back, and
That doesn't help me very much.
But yeah, Contra is actually fairly easy to beat, even on 3 lives.
I disagree.
Once it's just pattern recognition.
Yeah, but it becomes a bullet hell at a certain point.
That's when you learn to take your time.
No amount of taking your time is going to happen when the enemies continuously scroll onto the screen, whether you're moving or not. And that does happen in the later parts of that game. But enough about Contra.
Yeah. Playing other Konami games. There we go. Thank God we got Missile. It's a big help.
What happened to Konami?
Konami found out that pachinko made more money. So that's what they decided to spend their time on. So Konami just decided there was easier to make games a different way.
They make distinctly Japanese gambling games, and that's it now.
Yep.
Fair.
Let's see if we can actually...
But they had so many franchises, man.
Yeah, and they just made a mess of things. Ah! Alright. This is gonna be a mess. Now I don't have my power up, so it's slow. Ah. Yeah, this is gonna be a mess. It's gonna take me a while. But like I said, this is the very first game that I rented. I'm gonna sacrifice a life there to win. Don't care. I'm probably gonna crash out right around the flame level, and then I forget if this is still. Yep, that was a mini boss. That wasn't even a boss. We're probably gonna end up restarting.
Seems like it'd be advantageous to say lower.
Well, you want to get through stuff and then be able to maneuver backwards. Yes. Yeah, this is where you really want that speed upgrade. Makes this section, or pretty much all the boss sections, just immensely easier.
Do you need to take out, like, his arms first?
Nope. Can't take out his arms. They are invulnerable. We don't have the volume all the way up, but if you...
You just spamming lives at him?
Yeah.
Sure.
Works. But now I'm fully downgraded into the base ship. I desperately need that speed upgrade. I think this might be the flame level. Yep.
Alright. You have 19 guys left. Or people. 19 ships.
I don't know if I want ripple or laser.
What did you call one-ups as a kid?
One-ups.
We always just called them guys. Guys are lives. How long have you guys been live? I was staying after school, so I'm sorry that I wasn't here earlier. No, you got here pretty much right away. We've only been live for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we're already halfway through all the lives that we have.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think I always called them one-ups. Dragon!
That's one of my favorite gags from Futurama. Is there's an episode where they get invaded by beings from the planet Nintendo 64, and Fry gets killed, and everybody's crying, and then he just shows up, and they're like, "What happened?" He's like, "It's okay, I had another guy."
I just got another guy.
But that's gender in it's gendering video games in a way that is unnecessary.
Oh my god. Yeah, this game was not easy back in the day, and it has not gotten easier with my aging reflexes.
It's pretty impressive graphics for 1987.
There's a bunch of cheats, because there's only a few tile sets,
Right.
and a lot of the tiles are being reused.
That's like, I didn't notice this when I was a kid, but somebody pointed it out, now I can't unsee it, but the trees and the clouds in Super Mario Brothers are the same sprites in different colors.
Yep. Speed upgrade did not last.
But like, look at those birds. They had a lesser game would have 2 frames of animation, wings up and wings down, and they just loop that. But this one actually has a full, pretty decent range. Wow, you're not doing so good.
They don't give you a ton of time to react to what's going on.
Also, I got my friends to subscribe to you. Thank you! I can use every viewer I can get.
See that?
Yeah.
That's why you want to be up front. This particular stage actually ends up coming back in Gradius 3, which we're going to play in a little bit.
Is it the same beast?
I mean, the dragons are there, but it's mostly the flames are back.
Yeah.
I forget what the boss is. Oh, yes, the dragon. This guy is hilariously easy compared to the rest of them.
Why is there a creature inside of the creature we are inside of? If we flew into a big thing's mouth and destroyed its brain, what is this?
Well, in the fiction, he's been, you have to shoot in his mouth. This is why you want laser. Yeah. Alright. In the fiction, it's a world eater. He eats whole worlds, so he ate a flame world.
Okay.
Alright. Those are not killable. Got it. So now we are in apparently its gut? No, we're in its we'd be in its liver because we're making blood. No, what makes blood? Bones? Where's the blood made? Oh, that's the other reason you want to be at the top, is because that's where your options... When you die, your options fall off and slowly float to the bottom.
Okay.
So if you're at the top, when you die, your options slowly float, and you have time to maybe rescue and recover them. What is this thing doing? Stop chasing me!
Those are definitely blood cells. That is some hemoglobin. Endocrine system? I don't know anything. They're starting to teach kids differently than we had to learn things, which I think is good, because when we were in school, it was memorize a bunch of facts, regurgitate them for a test, promptly forget them, and that was education. And that didn't work very well, because I don't know none of this. I, at one point, knew all of this and wrote it down for a test. Then here's also the problem with that system is, okay, we're gonna make you read a book, test you on the knowledge you did or did not gain from that book, and if you failed, too bad, now you just don't get to know that thing. We're moving on. Education in my day isn't that different. Yeah, oh, it's not, it's getting pushback. It's not happening everywhere, because a lot of parents are like, no, they gotta learn my way, and a lot of teachers only know how to teach that way, but it's what Dr. Mrs. my ex-wife does. Is she works in, like, cutting-edge experimental education. And it's not exactly heavy on facts memorization. It's more like, here's the thing you need to memorize that'll teach you how to learn the things you'll need to learn later. But normal, regular, public and private school education is still basically the same. The change is happening very slowly.
There we go. Yeah, you always see those Common Core parents who rage about stuff.
And they don't even know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. Common Core is just a shared set of goals and, you know, and development.
Ah, here we go. We're at the spine. Those can't be killed. God! And now both my options are gone.
Fuck. You keep saying options. I don't
That's
know
what
that
they're
means.
called.
What,
the little blue things that float around with you.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna start over.
You gotta, put in the code again.
Alright. I think I got it. Yep. Here, I'll show you.
Show me what?
Why they're called options.
What kind of level is this?
See, what does it say at the bottom, Joe?
Option.
intense.
Now it says speed, so why are they not all called speeds?
Because the first one is speed. The second one is missile.
Okay.
You see the little blue thing with the blinky part?
Basically, as Del has described what kind of level this is we are flying into a giant world-devouring beast.
Yep.
That has eaten several worlds.
Oh.
Why you need that conceit to have the shooty happen? You'll have to ask Konami.
We already did the first thing, which was just flying around shooting all the bad guys.
Right?
So did you have any loyalty to...
what in the world of anything? Yeah, I'm with you. This is bizarre. Do I have any loyalty to what?
Do you have any loyalty to any particular shooter? Like, some people were all about the Darius twin. Not normal level, not normal. This is the very first level. Flying chicken wings.
We have, Bridges saying, not normal! Not normal level! No, this is not normal. And, Casper saying, yeah, look, flying chicken wings. Some people were hard in on what?
So some people were like, I only, you know, like you had like the same thing as the console wars where you had, you know, I only play Darius Twin, or I only play Raiden Trad, or I only play.
I didn't have any loyalty that way. I never owned any, so you know these were always a rental, or one of my buddies had them. I remember I liked Zanac, Z-A-N-A-C. Which we all called Zaniac and didn't realize we were inventing an I in the middle for no reason for several years. You ever have that happen? Where something you've been calling something for like 20 years, you just... Like the Berenstain Bears, or really the Berenstain Bears?
Yeah, that's the other reason you want to get right up on them, is because it closes back up on you.
Yeah. Because it's healing.
Yeah.
It's self-repairing. The way bodies do.
Yeah, this is much better. I got an option going into the first boss who's actually kind of a pushover because he doesn't shoot anything.
Right.
The dragon boss at the
Sorry
end
about that.
The dragon boss at the end of stage 3 is actually super easy if you have double option.
Right.
You can just spread wide.
That really seems to be the trick. Is like you can beat anything if you know with
Power-ups.
with your power-ups, but if you gotta hold on to them.
Yep. But yeah, you see, this guy's... I don't know if anybody was watching from the very beginning, but this guy was exponentially harder without the speed upgrade.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of goose him a little bit and get his arms to go all the way around.
That is Toad's mother brain from Metroid. It's a brain with an eye.
You know, that might be kind of intentional, because Metroid had come out at this point.
Oh yeah, Metroid been around for a while.
So they can kind of be like, oh, you have Mother Brain? Yeah, that's our first boss.
Yeah.
You're in for something. It's kind of like in Triple X, the very first thing that happens is the James Bond type gets killed and then crowd surfs. His body is crowd surfed at like a Linkin Park concert.
Ugh.
Yeah, well, it was Triple X.
So this is... What is this then?
Another planet.
This just seems like mountains and military.
Just another planet.
Okay.
There are many planets to be eaten. I'm trying to save up for the invincibility that's at the very top.
What do you mean save up?
So every time you get one of those red power-ups, every time you get a red power-up, your meter at the bottom increases.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you start with the speed as the very first meter that can increase. And then after that is missile, then ripple, which nobody takes, then laser, which is situational, then option, which is the best thing you could ever have. And then after option is invincibility. Force field. Can I actually kill this mount? Yes, I can. There we go. Yeah, you can see how if you can camp on it and actually not get hit by stuff. You can actually do. Whoa. Okay.
Oh! Oh, that was the worst.
But you had to be up top because of the volcano. So yeah, game's kind of a jerk. And then it killed me on the wrong side of the screen.
Yeah. This just seems like memorization. Like you need.
You
need to have played this game a bunch of times before and know that that's coming at you.
And I super have. But yeah, any of the up scrollers you're gonna want missile to hit all these side things, but. Yeah, there's power-ups. Anything that's gold or differently colored, like that guy right there.
Those give you power-ups?
Yep.
Bridges says, how many lives do you have? Because you seem to be surviving. Yeah, he hasn't died once.
I've died once, because I also got a 1-up at some point.
Oh, okay. You started with 29, you still have 29?
Yep.
Gained 1, lost 1.
Yep.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, it just takes a bit to get back to where I was.
I thought this game had continue. Oh, but if you continue, you don't have your 30 lives. You have 3.
No, you get 30 when you continue, but you're still from the beginning of a stage.
We haven't even reached the end of the stage yet.
This is the mini boss.
But you got past this.
Yep.
Why didn't you continue?
Because I wanted to just start over.
Yeah.
Because I had already sacrificed so many lives. Hopefully we can just... Got him. So we have a speed upgrade, but I'm saving it. Because like I said, when you die, you go down to just the first one, which is speed. But I believe there's a bunch of power-ups coming, if I remember right, from several minutes ago. If not, then it's just the boss, in which case you desperately need the speed upgrade. Yeah, it's just the boss. Because if you don't have the speed upgrade, you have to follow right at the center.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get around fast enough.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, how am I alive? Hashtag. So this is going to be interesting to see my play quality, because this game is not easy on the thumbs. It's going to be curious.
Yeah, you don't have that gamer callus like when you were a kid. The original Nintendo controller was a straight-up box. It was a square. You'd have hardened hands. Hardened into diamond.
God. And I kept my speed power up, which will let me... So the most important thing is you have to have that speed power up going into the next level, because you need to be able to chase down power-ups and like adjust to where... Missile was a mistake. There's another power-up, or another life.
I'm still confused as to how this works. Are you like selecting...
Okay, so there's a blue bar at the bottom.
Yeah.
Every time you pick up a red power-up, the next box lights up. And then when you hit B, it cashes in, giving you that power-up.
Okay.
So it goes speed, missile, ripple, laser, option, force field.
So what causes that thing to move?
Picking up one of those red power-ups, yeah.
What is ripple?
Ripple is a bad version of laser.
It's a different weapon.
Yeah, it's just not good. Oh! Also, you kind of have to abuse Nintendo. You have to abuse the rules of the game, which are, yeah, see now it's on speed, which you can only have 2 bullets on the screen.
Yeah.
So if you can get right up next to something, you can fire a whole ton of bullets. Which is another reason to be at the top. Yeah, this is going much better than last time.
Just those things, those solar flares or whatever they are, kind of barely telegraph themselves. Like by the time you see them,
You're dead.
If you're in the path, that's it.
God.
Yep.
That's why you gotta
Case in point.
Yeah. Also, they don't do... God. Yeah, this game is real bad about just crapping out things from the side that you can't see coming. Taking them quarters. And that's why you play at the front.
What was that?
I was trying to get them because you can get all of them. If I can get an option, then if I can get an option, then the boss is much easier. You gotta save up for that. Oh look, fire blocks bullets.
Sure. Boy, this enemy just glitches out. It's too busy.
Alright. Yeah, so Bridges said at the middle of stage 2, how many lives you have? You're doing pretty great.
Yeah, now we're down to 15.
And I've literally lost half of them. Do I shoot him in the eye?
Last time the killing blow was dealt to his mouth. So, I think it might all work.
Shoot the boss for max damage.
Was that from one of those books?
Yeah, it was from GamePro.
Yeah.
Doom had the Cyber Demon boss at the end of Act 2, and it was like, shoot the boss for max damage, or shoot the boss to make him die faster.
Right. Just the most obvious.
Yeah.
Pro tip!
That's...
Yeah, they called them pro tips. And it was just, they were so obvious every time.
Thank you, Bridges. I needed that encouragement. Alright.
These are some choice chip tunes, Del.
The music was always the attraction. There we go. Yeah, those things just can't be killed. And they come bouncing back. Maybe I need a laser.
Or maybe they're just obstacles.
So yeah, if anybody wants to correct my anatomy knowledge, yeah, this thing is just killing me. Okay, the ones that chase you can absolutely be killed. And should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're about to go real fast, kids.
Would you just bank another option?
I grabbed another option, and then I'm on speed right now. If I can, I'll get to laser. I think laser is probably going to be... Or no, ripple. This stage, you do want ripple. Ah, it wrapped around! Damn it! So it wrapped back around. I got to force field and grabbed one more upgrade.
And then you have nothing.
And it gave me speed.
Oh, okay.
Which is not what I wanted. I wanted ripple or laser. But you can see how many missiles are crapping out. Casper was...
I don't even know how you can talk while going through that. Yeah, that's Dell.
I played a lot of Life Force back in the day. I keep forgetting I need to hang to the left because that's where you respawn, and you want... yeah.
Bridges says you got this.
I don't got this.
Sadly, yeah, it doesn't seem to be bearing out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. Just kind of trying to give myself a little space.
What on earth
So they
are
pulse.
these?
Vascular systems.
Sure. Like that's normal.
Well, your vascular system doesn't repel spaceships inside you. All
I
right.
imagine my white blood cells would do that.
So now this is the skeleton, which shoots lasers, and then these bounce. Those are actually from Contra.
They are. The little prawns.
This is impossible.
We had space chicken wings, now we have space prawns.
So you can see them flicker a second before they shoot. All right.
6 lives.
6 lives. I just have to beat this guy. Ah, yes, I remember this.
Oh, that is creepy.
Oh, wait till his eyes pop out.
This is horrifying.
Also, we already killed the brain. I guess this is the skeletal system. Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear that crunch sound when I shoot when his mouth is open. That's the only time that it hurts.
Yes, Bridges, this is an unsettling sight.
Come on. Come on, open up. Yeah, and his bullets block my bullets. Yep, there's the eyeball.
Gah! How many lives you got left?
4. And I just wasted my last power up. There we go.
Whew.
Alright, so now...
Victory.
There we go. Now, the next stage, fight when I die, with my 3 lives. This is the first stage of Gradius. So...
Is it?
Yep. So what this means is that at some point, the main antagonist from this game ate the first game. Alright, I'm gonna buy Ripple just for you, Joe.
Alright.
Ah!
That does not seem very powerful.
No, it's super weak. Especially compared to, like, laser.
Is there even an advantage, yeah, laser's better on the first go, but if you upgrade wave to the end, it's better?
Nope.
There's just no reason to ever do it?
Ripple would be great if it actually were a ripple.
Yeah.
And, like, actually... Like, the spread is the most powerful gun in Contra.
Right.
Like, everybody agrees with that. And they wanted to do that here. Oh! Last life. Look at this.
It's okay, you want to continue anyway.
Do I?
See how long
Oh, I just got an extra life.
See how long you can delay the inevitable.
I just got a free life. Save myself a quarter. I don't even remember what these guys do. Oh my god.
Bridges says, no pressure.
No pressure. Oh, they all showed up. Great. Alright, game over. You want to take over? Yeah. Oh, they're absolutely going to continue. Oh, we do get 30 lives on a continue.
Okay, that's good. I'll play for a minute.
I'm reminded of the...
I'll be bad at this for a while.
You got to shoot all 3, man. Otherwise the power-up doesn't come out. You'll want to cash in on missile. There you go.
Did not get them all.
Cash in.
Oh! They came the other way!
Yep! You can't kill these, I don't think.
Okay, they're just kind of there. Oh, I killed that one.
Yeah, there's like a couple hidden ones that can be killed. But you hear that ping?
Yeah.
That means it's not doing anything. You want missile.
I want lasers.
You will never get to laser.
Gotta have a little faith, man. I know I suck. I know I've literally never played this before. All of those ping sounds are from Contra. Oh god. Oh god. I'm in the bullet hell, Del.
But do you see why speed is the most important power-up?
How is a studio... Do you have Castlevania, Metal Gear, you know, all of these Gradius, Life Force, what else did Konami have? Silent Hill. Like, how do you have all of these A-plus franchises and stop making video games?
They don't want our money. It's not worth it.
So those would be stalactites, not stalagmites.
Yep.
I remember this because stalac has a C in it for ceiling.
Yep.
Come on. Oh, I just can't get in there. Will you read out the comments? Because I can't.
Bridges says, you're like Fly on that King Kong level. There's laser.
Immediately died.
So it goes. Oh, this would be a good place to farm, I guess. If you get the speed upgrade first, you can dodge stuff and just farm from here on out.
Oh, huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think we found ourselves a bit of an exploit.
Yeah. Snowbound writes, oh shit, I remember Life Force. Played this with my cousin on the original NES in the early 90s. That is correct. Gotta watch out, man.
Here, man, take over.
Only the orange ones give you power-ups. I kind of want to just tank all our lives here.
Yeah, and then farm this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undo my disastrous run at this
10
game.
lives for
my 10 lives for half of one level. I've literally never played it before.
It's a shooter. You've played shooters before.
Yeah, but you got them. It's all pattern memorization. If I've never been there to memorize the pattern, what do?
Give me the glowing one. Come on. I guess that socket's dried up.
I was just shooting those things.
Oh, they don't. You can only shoot the glowing ones.
All right.
You can't shoot the ones that don't glow. Watch. See? Come on. Well, this is riveting television.
I'm gonna be silent through the whole thing too.
Whatever.
I think it's you can stop beating this dead horse because it quit spitting out money.
Oh, it spit out just a little more. Snowbound, we have the old freaking gang bag. Woo! I guess we're in Egypt now.
Apparently, yeah, like Egypt world in space in a monster stomach. This game is bizarre.
I mean, it was 1989. There were no rules. By the way, if you have any idea how to beat this stage without the speed boost, you're insane. Yeah, that's right. This totally is easier because we fight Tutankhamun in a second.
Don't say insane. King Tut?
Ah! Yeah.
We're about to fight King Tut?
Yep.
In space?
Yeah. Apparently it ate the Bender's big score planet.
Okay.
Whoa.
What is force?
Force field. It sucks up a couple hits.
Not bad.
I believe it only sucks up hits from bullets, not contact. So you still have to actually dodge stuff. But we got laser, we got force field. I kind of meant to buy an option, but
I think we're in pretty good shape for this.
There's Tut. We just hang back for a bit.
As the world literally falls apart.
Inside the monster's stomach.
Sure.
I mean, the Snick. No step on Snick.
Oh, he's got that Eye of Osiris thing going on. So far the levels are into a beast, past his teeth, destroying its brain, to Fire World, to some kind of endocrine system, I think.
Yeah, to
Inside a body, to Egypt! Of all things.
You missed the Alps.
The Swiss Alps?
Yeah, we went from its mouth to the Swiss Alps to its fire generator. Oh! That's not slow.
Yeah, but you can move the laser left and right while it's in motion, because it's always in line with your ship.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you can see why force field is so expensive.
Yeah. Bridges says, this is pretty lit. I'm not up on the lingo. I'm guessing that's good.
So we went from Egypt to... Yeah, look at that. They're just flying at you.
Only thing I know about modern slang is that hella came back.
Yep, it's a unit of measurement now.
What is?
Hella.
Is it?
Yeah, they needed a new name for 10 to the 27th power.
Hella?
Yeah, and
Oh, that's awesome!
a bunch of...
Tell me it was an online poll.
No, it was a bunch
All
of, like, NorCal University students petitioned to make Hella
So hella is now quantifiably
a number.
a number.
Yep.
And it's what?
10 to the 27th, I think?
10 to the 27th power. It means legit. And that what I said in the last vid, in which you old people don't understand, lol, yes.
We invented LOL!
No, she showed up and said it in the last vid, and we didn't understand it.
Look at this pathetic ship. But it's so... This is so much easier with Missile.
Yeah, this is where you'd want them.
Like, I can't tell you how desperately... Oh! How was I... And the Moas! Yeah, so the Moas...
Now we've got Easter Island heads.
Yeah, so the Moas became a huge part of Gradius' mythos.
Is that what they're called, Moas? I just know them as the statues from Easter Island.
Yep, they're called Moas. Oh! That's gonna be it. I got nowhere to go from here. Yeah, how are you gonna put it behind the Moa? How is that fair? They move?
I remember Easter Island heads popping up in lots of video games back then. Japan was somewhat fascinated with them. Or Japanese game developers, I should say.
There we go. But yeah, they're called Moas, and they became an integral part of Gradius and its lore.
Snowbound says, Moa are a bird. They look like emu or chocobos. Moai are the statues on Easter Island. Also, they were built with eyes and bodies. They were built with eyes and bodies, not just heads. Oh. I'll be damned.
Bridges had that, I had to do a report on this in middle school. Oh, this is the final boss.
Of the whole game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's not the final stage, it's the final boss.
Oh. So we don't defeat him here.
Hey, it's the snake.
The snake in space. From the cover of the game. Mm-hmm. Right above us here.
I remember this guy not being too hard, which is kind of the point. Because this isn't the real final boss. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is the final boss. Look how slow we're going. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
I don't think we're going to keep going that slow. I think we might speed up a little bit. That was savage. Thank you, Bridges. Oh, man. We're going a little faster now.
Yeah, this is gonna be... I can see what's coming.
And if you think I remember the path, you're wrong.
This is a problem.
Boy, that speed up sure would be handy right now. How am I still alive? Hashtag how am I alive?
What?
What's up, quick man? Get at me. Yeah, just fuck you. Woo! Get some. Crystal, you're here just in time to see me obliterate Life Force.
That just happened.
Woo! So, I was on 15 lives left. So that was 45 lives.
45 lives, but I took 10 of those.
Yeah.
Just not knowing how to play the game. But that's it? We're done? Like, we're not even an hour into the stream yet.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, I guess we're an hour in.
That's it! Oh, I get to keep playing. There's a second world. Everything's faster.
Everything's harder. So a new game plus kind of thing?
Yeah. Basically, this is don't ever die, because then you lose your speed ups.
Yep.
Yeah, laser is...
That was really impressive, though.
Woo! It's been a bit, so I'm kind of I'm just as amazed as you that
and the
I'm not
only
dead.
death was the one that didn't have a hole in it.
Yeah.
You just needed to be up further, I guess, to get past, because you were supposed to be ahead of it when it closed. But you got through all of those.
You want to see if I can beat New Game Plus on 15 lives?
I mean, we're gonna try until it's time for intermission. Basically, if you can do it, great. If not, noble goal.
Alright, one more power up for the option. Whew. There we go. I'm not going back for it. Yeah, once you have laser and option, if you can keep it, you're in a pretty good place. As long as there's not, like, some sort of fire explosion coming out. Like, that is just designed to not have power-ups through it.
Right.
So the second missile upgrade, the missiles just travel faster, which isn't super, and you don't really need it. But now that you know what you're looking for, does the power-up system make sense? I like that you can bank stuff.
Yes. There's a lot of strategy there that would be otherwise lacking if you were just picking things up as you killed an enemy.
Alright, so 2 options. Means we can have a nice big path to carve through. We got a speed upgrade for when the worst happens, although I am going to try and get up to force field this time. Woo! Yeah. It's almost like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of thing, where it's just like jump scares, if that's a thing. I don't know if jump scares is the right word.
That was a lot of power-ups to lose.
Ah! Horse pucky.
Yeah, that was crap.
I say.
That was crap.
Oh,
I will bungle through these 12 lives.
Alright, here's how you beat this guy. Just fly counterclockwise. You got some time.
It's the first boss. I'm not too concerned about it.
Watch out for his hand coming out.
Can this just happen already?
Nah, you gotta be impressed. Said counterclockwise.
Quiet, you. How was I supposed to get away from that?
You gotta stay in one place, let both of his arms sync up to you, and then move around him. Also, the tighter an orbit you can have around him, the quicker you're gonna be able to make that.
Right.
Good work.
I love this just 8-bit sound effects. I've always had a soft spot for them. They're crunchy.
Back up. You want missile?
Oh, come on. No!
I mean, get Ripple if you want.
Why? You told me it's terrible.
Try it out.
I want an option.
Now you gotta find one more power-up.
Nuts to this. Oh!
I will tell you the secret. They were right there. They're in the gold-colored enemies. The secret to this stage is getting up on the walls and shooting stuff before it comes up.
Right. Well, that was less than desirable. I blew one up and another one replaced it.
How are you still? Oh!
I'm going this way.
Gold one's power up. But
Well,
there's no mountain over there, so
yeah.
you gotta decide if you think you can kill a mountain to get a power up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you get right up on them, those volcanoes, you can actually, you actually can disable them.
Oh! I made a game like this when I was in high school.
Like on pen and paper?
No, like an actual software that you could run on your computer. It wasn't very good, but it was pretty easy. It was a program I was using called Multimedia Fusion. And it was basically souped up PowerPoint, but if you were clever, you could make games with it. And so I made a top-scrolling shooter.
The gold guy's power up.
Yeah, well, I can't shoot him, so that doesn't really help me. I've got 2 lives left. So, do the lean forward to be better at video games.
What'd you call it?
I don't remember.
Just hold the button down, man. You're gonna die otherwise.
I'm gonna die anyway. This is it. Yep. Oh, wow. I have another guy. Peace out. Let's go to intermission.
Alright, so we'll be back very shortly. Thank you all for coming with me, playing my favorite shooter of all time, and seeing me beat it, which I haven't done since last century. Yeah, I think I beat it. I didn't beat it the first time when I was like 10. It wasn't until I was like 18 or 19, and GameStop was like, we're getting rid of all our Nintendo games, and so every cart was 49 cents. And I just filled it all up and played old Nintendo games for a couple weeks and got good. Get gooded enough. Good was get.
All right, intermission.
We'll see you in a few, folks.
What are you doing?
I'm just...
Okay, we're back.
Welcome back!
A little sooner than I anticipated. Moving on to the next game, I figured we'd do half and half.
Well, I'm just that damn good.
Apparently. And you had a Konami code. So this is, we had
Life Force.
Okay, first we had Gradius.
Well, we didn't play Gradius.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the series. First we had Gradius, then there was Life Force. Was there also a Gradius 2?
Life Force was Gradius 2.
Okay. And then this is Gradius 3, which was on the Super Nintendo. So they only made those two games for the NES.
Yep.
I mean, in this series.
Yeah.
Huh.
So here's a question that I've always wondered. Is it Gradius or Gradius? What do you kids think?
This is not as easy to answer because we don't know the original Japanese title.
I think it was Gradius. I mean, the title was that word. But
Hold for car.
yeah.
This is what it's like being on a film set.
Yeah.
Hold for plane. Holding.
So what's neat about Gradius 3, what they did that upgrade. Oh no! Just finished cooking some food, says Bridges.
By cooking, I mean microwaving. Well, sure.
So, can I go ahead and take it away?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So,
In Japanese, the A is A. So it'd be Gradius.
all right. So let's actually watch the sweet cutscene. This was actually the first game that wasn't Mario World that I had on the NES. And when you SNES, and when you saw the Life Force didn't really have an intro, and this one you get to see the Vic Viper.
That's the. I thought it was a guy named Vic Viper. No, it's the Vic Viper. That's the shit.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
cool is that?
It's pretty sweet.
Mode 7 scaling.
I had a Japanese game. This is a Japanese game, but a game that was never released in America based on Macross, which was 1/3 of the series they spliced together to make Robotech. The one with the planes that transform. And it was one of these, only you could have your plane in all 3 modes. Like, you could be a walking robot, you could be a plane shooting, or you could be a plane with legs. I don't know what use a plane with legs is.
So, remember how it just had that one upgrade bar and
Yeah,
you get
now
what you got? Now you can actually pick different kinds of weapons. So you can actually... There is a standard loadout for the different stuff.
Right.
But I obviously prefer to set up my own.
Sure.
So the Hawkwind is pretty great. Shoots up and down, so we're going to lock that in.
So these are things that you won't start with, but they're things you will be able to upgrade to while you're flying around and shooting.
Oh,
What happened?
I couldn't figure out on this controller how to go to the next thing. I think it might have been select, so I'm just going to tank my 3 lives real quick here.
Sure.
And we're going to go back to that screen. Oh, God, this is... You're so much slower. But now you can see the ship actually, like, turning, and everything is so much...
But that feels like after playing Life Force, that must feel like playing in molasses.
It's pretty bad. Which is why, once again, speed is...
Gotta get the speed upgrade.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, game over.
Aw.
Yeah.
That thing you were trying to do happened.
Alright. No, we will not continue.
Did you do the code?
I tried to do the code.
Just in case. You never know. Except B and A are different on this one.
Okay.
Because,
there we go.
hang on. Because now this is B and that's A.
Yeah. Alright. So then you can get the double shot. You absolutely want the tail gun, because there is stuff that's going to chase you. Now, you see they've folded Laser and Ripple into the same one. And Ripple is actually pretty good here, but classic Laser. Now, the options, they actually give you an option of either rotate around you, just in a spread, standard option, but you want good old option. Force field, this is cute. You can actually make your ship tiny.
And then you're harder to hit?
Yeah, you have a smaller hitbox. So I think that's the first time the game ever really explicitly said, there is a hitbox, we will make it smaller.
Yeah.
But we're going to go force field, although I don't think we're going to cash that in. And then speed down is a weird one. Sometimes you want it. But Mega Crush, or, What do you think, kids? Do I want the second set of options, or the Mega Crush?
Because that could get you up to 6 options.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That sounds better. So, one of the things, let's see here. One of the things you want to keep in mind is that the options, or the power-ups, once they've been shot, they will just slowly float to you. So you can take your time. Ugh.
Oh, that's so slow. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's so much better.
Having some trouble with the controls. It's very. I can't go up. I was having some trouble going up on this controller. I don't know if it's just losing power or what, but
It's Bluetooth. These things happen sometimes.
so one speed up. Yeah, it's just sticky. Ah! I can't move. I cannot move with this. I can't move.
What? Don't hand it to me. What am I going to do?
Inspect it for not being able to move.
It worked perfectly fine for an hour and a half. It's got to be this game or the program we're using to run. I swear to God, if you change the controller, I will murder you in your sleep.
Yeah, once you speed up, it just doesn't respond anymore. I can't. Yeah.
I don't understand. You're moving perfectly fine.
No, I'm not. I'm super not.
Maybe you need to take another speed up.
No, here, try it. You'll see. Give that the other shot. You can continue, but you'll see. As soon as you get your first speed up, it just goes to shit.
Then that's not a controller problem.
Just continue.
Working fine.
Just continue.
Shut up, dude!
This is not where the problem is. I'm telling you, once you get your first...
Okay, and I'm telling you that if it's something that happens that is triggered by getting a speed upgrade in the game, it's the game that's broken, not this. If the controller is working perfectly fine and has been working perfectly fine, there's something wrong with the game. Just gonna... Just whatever. Okay.
Yeah, works fine.
No, I'm already having problems.
Hit A. See what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, kinda. I'm doing fine. I mean, what's the issue? I'm not seeing it.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Whoa!
What?
It just stuck in the down position,
Yeah, that's a Bluetooth thing. That'll happen.
and then it just went dead on me. Ah. That's not as good as classic laser.
Remember the consequences you had to suffer. Remember! Yeah, I know. I didn't change the controls.
This is not playable right now. By me. I can't play this.
Okay, I mean... I don't know what to do. You know what it is? Up, down, left, and right work perfectly fine. Up, left, up, right, down, right. Don't work at all. So... I can fix that.
Quick change, we're gonna upgrade our controller. I'm gonna cash in some power-ups.
Yeah, just pretend like this is all part of the plan. Everything will be fine. Yeah, that's absolutely what it was. And... there you go.
All right.
So what happened is the up left, up right, down right inputs were mapped to the other controller from last week.
All right, let's see how this goes. Okay. Doing good so far. Let's see if we can get a speed up.
I'll be real surprised if that wasn't the problem. It's weird that it makes me assign an up left, down left, rather than just interpolate that data from, oh, he's hitting left and down. Do the thing.
All right, yeah, that was absolutely it, and it is now fixed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Goes outside and runs into car, then comes inside and runs around banging into things. Of course! that a banana peel? Nice.
And
I will never judge somebody for being klutzy. Not ever. I have fallen upstairs. I once broke my thumb reaching for a TV remote.
Dragon!
I once threw my back out drinking a root beer.
Oh, yeah. Kind of want that speed down now. I'm a little antsy as it stands.
Me no judge, yeah. Me neither.
Dagron!
You can see the evolution. You can have a lot more objects on screen before the slowdown happens. But I think it's hilarious that instead of just, okay, we'll do what we did before and there won't be any slowdown, they went, no, we'll make it even bigger so there will still be slowdown. And there's lots of things on the screen.
Yeah, this is, I do like that they kept this thing where there are kind of checkpoints, and insofar as there are checkpoints, there's also power-ups.
Right. So what's the plot of this one? Are we just back in space, shooting at space monsters? We're not flying through weird demon dimension.
Yeah. So this is going to take a lot longer for me to remember, because I did not put the hours into this one that I did.
Whew.
Plus, the Konami code is not giving me my 30 lives.
No, you're just playing this
Wrong.
as it's intended. I'll tell you, yeah, we acted like it was a big deal to beat the game with infinite continues and 30 lives over and over again, but it became impressive at the very end. Nobody can take that away from you. At that moment that you just, woo!
Yeah.
You thread the needle so completely that no, I'm legit impressed. I have not. That was a big deal. Bridges is dancing now to this music.
Am I a gentleman or a lady? Boom.
There's no in-between option. But it was, what, 1990?
Yeah, 93-ish. Let's play around the options real
Video
quick.
games reinforcing the gender binary in 1990. Power-ups off?
Auto power-up.
Okay.
So there is a mode where the instant you get an upgrade, it just caches that in.
Okay.
So we're going to put that on easy.
I'm running out of things to talk about. Chat, if you have any questions for me or Dell about anything, life, the universe, and everything, I will answer them. But really, I'm just sitting here texting what I'm thinking. Smiley. Close eye, smiley. Says Bridges.
I mean, this is pretty rockin' music.
Yeah. What happened to video game music?
It's still there.
Yeah, but we don't have composers like this.
I mean, you got Akiriyama Oka still doing his thing on Silent Hill.
Casper asks, what is my favorite superhero movie? Dell, I'll let you take this one first.
Iron Man.
The original Iron Man.
Iron Man 1.
Okay.
Not close.
Now, you asked my favorite, not the best. The best is probably, from a filmmaking nerd perspective, is probably Iron Man 3. That is almost an art film.
Yeah.
Because everything in its themes wrap around back to thematic choices. Like at the very end, the first time I watched it, I was being dumb about it, and I was like, he's got all these suits, and they're just tearing them through them like they're paper, and I was just being a nerd and not liking that because they're Iron Man suits and they're supposed to be powerful and invulnerable, but it's so fit with the themes of the movie.
It's not the metal.
It's not the metal. It's the man. It's not the iron. It's the man. And it was also just a straight up Shane Black buddy cop movie that takes place at Christmas in the Marvel universe. So that I think is the best, but it's not my favorite. I would say that my favorite superhero movie. I remember Crystal putting Iron Man on all the time. By far, best movie ever created. Yeah. Okay. So you have a
yeah.
You guys have a quorum.
Here's the thing about Iron Man 1 that gets me.
Okay.
First of all, Iron Man's my favorite superhero, and the next time I die, I will prove it. But Iron Man is my favorite superhero of all time, and Iron Man 1...
You have a Deadpool tattoo!
Yeah, but... Force field.
Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1 shouldn't exist.
No.
Nothing about it says that this movie should exist. It's we're gonna give $80 million to the guy who made Swingers, you know?
Yeah.
Or not,
the chubby guy who had a 12-episode arc on Friends.
Yeah. We're gonna give him, and then we're gonna have Robert Downey Jr.,
who, by the way,
at the time was on all of the drugs or barely not.
He was
uninsurable.
Uninsurable.
So okay.
So you need, when you make a movie, you need production insurance, and it's basically if
Arnold Schwarzenegger breaks his arm, and you have to stop shooting for 4 weeks.
Then the insurance pays everybody's salary, and yeah, it's very expensive to buy, and you need it for big Hollywood movies, and it's rare. You know, I'm not going to explain how insurance in general works, but you need to buy it for every movie that's that big. Robert Downey Jr. was uninsurable because he had fallen off the wagon so many times and ruined so many productions that all of the production insurance people were like, if you're putting that guy in it, we're out. We're not insuring you. And I can't remember how they got around it. I think they just
John Favreau personally put his director's salary up as collateral.
Yes.
And then I imagine immediately called Robert Downey Jr. and was like, dude, do not fuck this up for me.
I put my production salary as collateral. Yeah, okay, so it was something like that. Give Joe and Dell something to argue about? Check. Yeah, you got it. You got it. This is not hard. So yeah, Robert Downey and Robert Downey Jr. just is Tony Stark. Like, that's one of those casting decisions, and I'm like, I hope nobody got money for that.
Yeah.
I hope, you know, I mean, yeah, give somebody a lot of money for that, great. But I'm just like, that's like casting Xavier as
Professor. Patrick Stewart.
As Patrick Stewart. It's just like, yeah, that's what we all thought. We all have been saying that for 20 years.
That's what Wizard Magazine had in the back.
In 1998, yeah. So,
by the way, did you see this nonsense on the screen?
I haven't answered the question yet. So let me answer the question, then we'll go back to Iron Man 1. The answer to what I think my favorite superhero movie is the original 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's a very defensible answer.
Yeah.
Very defensible.
We just played Turtles. We talked about it a little bit, but that is a very touching story about fathers and sons that happens to have radioactive mutated turtles in it. It is... That's my favorite.
Are you seeing this bullshit?
I am seeing this bullshit. So the original Iron Man, huh? Even though that third act is kind of a turd?
Third act's a turd in every...
Yeah, in most Marvel movies, the third act is a turd.
Because the enemy is forgettable because they can't make good enemies because they actually killed them.
Yeah. The Crow is up there, too.
I don't know anything about The Crow. I saw The Crow in theaters, and I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing about it. Mostly because I saw it in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, on a little screen that didn't have a lens or didn't have a camera bright enough. Not camera, a projector bright enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to fight this guy.
That would be a bulb issue.
Yeah, it was just a super weak bulb, and The Crow is not a bright movie in the first
place. No,
The
Crow is a dark, dark, dark movie.
Look at this. Laser doing work.
Eyeball amoeba in space.
Boom.
Casper now knows my favorite. Yes, that answer could change tomorrow. There are so many good ones. And we have an embarrassment of riches in terms of superhero movies now. You know, you got to remember back to like Batman and Robin almost killed superhero movies dead.
I think the thing about Iron Man is that it shouldn't work. You know, we shouldn't have an $80 million big budget movie from the guy who did Swingers, starring an uninsurable guy and a British dramatic actress, and the dude.
Jeff Bridges is great.
Puzzle. You know?
Yeah.
All right, now I have to not get power-ups.
And it did launch the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. It invented it brought back the coda, which wasn't a thing for a long time. The end credit stinger is correctly known as a coda, by the way. All right, so I have to strategically not get power-ups now, if you can believe that.
Why?
Because look at my power-up meter.
You need to get... Yeah,
on... My power-up meter is currently on the best one. It's on the nuke everything on the screen power,
okay.
which I can use when I need it. Ah! Didn't see it hiding in the trees.
Okay, we're pretty much caught up on chat. All right, any other questions?
I will say, in terms of like how you can get a comedic bit out of this should not be, Guardians of the Galaxy is by far the most should not exist thing.
Oh, like, it shouldn't exist.
So, Joe, I need you to pretend to be a movie executive.
Yes.
All right. So I got an idea for a new Marvel movie.
Okay. Is it about an affluent white person who decides to help other people and makes sarcastic remarks?
No, it's actually about a super poor kid from Iowa who gets taken into space. But I got a great director. I got a great writer-director who's this auteur talent you're going to love.
Oh, is it Joss Whedon? He
No.
just made the Avengers for us.
Nope, it's the guy who made Tromeo and Juliet.
The Slither guy?
Yeah, the Slither guy.
Okay, but we're going to have...
Okay, wait, I got big stars.
Hang on, we're going to have recognizable intellectual property, though, right? This is going to be...
No one has ever heard of these characters before. But I got great star talent. Are you ready? For our main guy, we're going to get... ooh, this is neat. We're going to get Andy Dwyer from...
the fat guy from Parks and Rec?
Yeah, he's going to be our heroic lead. But that's okay. Don't worry, because I got more talent coming. Ready? Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel.
Oh, great! No, yeah, that's okay. All right,
but they're not going to be on screen. They're just going to be voices for a raccoon and a tree that are a bounty hunting duo.
A raccoon and a tree?
Yes, that's the bounty hunter duo. This game got immeasurably harder without all the upgrades from the first level. Immeasurably harder.
Yeah, pitching Guardians of the Galaxy, and then also the thing that you're not saying is, oh well, like my film executive character would say, okay, but it's going to be super grim and dark, like everybody wants.
No, it's going to be like Ghostbusters.
No, they're literally going to save the world with the power of friendship
and dance
and dancing. Yeah. I have such a soft spot. Like I said, we have an embarrassment of riches in terms of superhero movies. They are so good. And I mean, DC is fucking terrible now, but...
Well, they made one good movie.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet. Very excited about it.
Well, they made one so far.
Well,
and if they unfuck themselves and make one more good one, I might go see it.
Well, the next one is Michael Bay again.
Michael Bay? You mean,
Zack Snyder, yeah.
The guy who hates the idea of
the guy who literally doesn't believe in heroics. Who thinks that heroics are bad. This is somehow not the first time I've talked about exactly this on this show, which is 2 weeks old!
Superheroes are important.
Bridges wants us to talk about injuries. So I already shared some of mine. Yeah, ours. So I already shared some of mine. I threw out my back drinking root beer. That was embarrassing. I broke my thumb reaching for a remote control. Snowbound says, Snyder believes in heroics. He's just a Randian objectivist, literally. Oh, I know. That believes that superpowered people should exploit their powers.
Which is, by the way, the message of The Incredibles, which...
Yeah, The Incredibles is very Ayn Randian. It's very weirdly... There's a reading of that movie that's just awful. Because the main villain is like, we should all be able to be special. And the main characters are like, no, you should bow down to the Ubermensch and only let the very special people be special. And yeah, it's a weird, whole big weird piece of business. But, Snowbound, yeah, I talked the other night, I don't remember who with or on what stream, about Zack Snyder being an Ayn Randian objectivist and how, he is super, one of those people who, like, starts vibrating when they read The Fountainhead. Mm-hmm. And how Ayn Rand died penniless on welfare. Dell and I, this is one of my favorite things ever. Dell and I went to the Half Price Books, which is a book chain here in Seattle. I don't know if they're beyond that.
They're west of the Mississippi.
Okay, and...
it's weird, the game speeds up as the enemies die because the slowdown lessens.
We went to a Half Price Books, and there was a copy of the movie Atlas Shrugged for 50 cents, and Dell showed it to me and just went, dude, the market decided. How perfect is that shit? Fuck Ayn Rand. That is the stated position of this show. So anyway, yeah, Snyder is a Randian objectivist.
Did you see this nonsense?
I see the slowdown too, which is making everything harder.
Ah!
Yep. Good stuff.
All right.
So injuries. Have you suffered any major injuries ever?
Broke my arm.
Doing what?
Jumping on a trampoline. I don't care about this anymore.
Well,
I lost all my power-ups.
We're streaming video games.
But I lost all my power-ups!
Well, you gotta get them back!
But I have the wrong missile for this stage.
Trampolines are super dangerous, and it's weird that people will have them.
But lawn darts are banned.
Yeah. I love trampolines, but I totally injured myself on a trampoline too. My dog is laying on me, quaking while you two are frustrated. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Come on. Little tip when listening to me and Dell is sudden loud outbursts. They tend to happen, so we might scare your dog off your lap.
Alright. I'll take a second speed up here. Alright. The slowdown got super bad again.
Yeah, this is inexcusable.
When there's one enemy on the screen?
When there's one enemy. That's just do less things or have more RAM.
Yeah. It's weird that we're getting slowdown on this because we're emulating.
No, don't. No, we're not. Shh.
Nobody cares.
Nope, just stop talking about it. No, it's, here's the thing. The hardware was in the cartridge. So you write the code for the hardware you have. You don't write the code for the hardware that may be later. Which is why I had to explain this to so many people when they came out with that RAM expansion for the Nintendo 64. They're like, oh, my old games will run better. And I'm like, no, they won't. Nothing that was made before this was coded to know that this would exist. That's not how video games work. That's not how software or hardware works. That guy is probably like 8 sprites. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Alright, cool. It let me re-pick my power-ups, but then didn't give me enough.
That is nice.
Yeah.
You know. That was good of them.
Aw, raccoon.
From Guardians of the... Yeah, we got a little raccoon emoji in chat. Do you remember when emojis were called emoticons?
They still are?
What changed? Was that just somebody winning a branding war? Or are they fundamentally different?
I don't know. They're, I know emoji are from...
Emoticons have been around since, like, before the internet. Like, when everybody was still posting on BBSs.
Right, but emoji comes specifically from Japan, who because they. Oh my God! Stop spitting out little fighters. I don't
believe you.
I mean, you can look it up. It's someone Google the history of emojis for me.
Oh yeah, Snowbound is saying emoticons are faces made from different characters, and they date back as far as the 1700s newsprint. Okay, I stand corrected. But were they called emoticons?
All right, kids. So we got some slowdown here on this boss, but we're gonna beat him. I don't know what I'm supposed to be shooting at.
I think it's weird that you call everybody kids.
Well, I'm older than everyone.
I think it's that you're like imagining yourself as a children's show host.
I mean, I'm playing a child's game.
Yes, this is
I'm
true.
playing a child's toy.
As Movie Bob constantly reminds us, video games are toys!
Frack!
Emoji are unique Unicode characters that started in Japanese SMS. I don't know the etymology of their word. Okay. Fair point. Oh, are you just starting all over?
Yeah, I need to start over and get a good run going. So we're gonna get one good run.
All right. I'm gonna go get a drink. Somebody's cooking something that smells amazing. We're basically doing this stream outdoors. I should note.
All right, Joe's gone. Let's talk smack about him. All right, so we got 2 speed ups. Now we just need to beeline it to laser. Okay, we're in good shape. Now we just need to get an option and a force field, and we will be good. I think part of what made Gradius 3 good was it finally did away with the absolute helplessness of the basic gun. And the basic gun is a legitimate enough choice that the vertical basic gun actually makes sense. There we go. So we'll keep that force field handy to be cashed in when we need to. Which looks like it's going to be right now.
Can you pause? Okay.
Sure can.
Crossing.
But yes, they were started in Japan, just like I said.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. My being mostly interested in the etymology of the words.
There we go. So now we got a good setup. We got one option, we got a force field, we got 2 speed ups, and we got missiles going.
You're doing good. You're doing well.
Superman does good.
Superman does good.
But not in the DCU.
No, not in the DC CU.
Yeah, so
Superman reluctantly saves people.
I will say that What's wrong with Truth, Justice, and the American Way is the greatest comic book story probably that's ever been told, and it's a Superman story. So credit to them.
I'm a big fan of Preacher. Even though I haven't revisited it.
Are they going back to that again? Are they starting up season whatever of that? Or
Soon.
I never saw season 1. I learned
it's very different from the comics, and that's okay. I already have the comics. You know, I've never...
They didn't come to everybody's house and take away your comics.
No! So why is it bad that it's different? It's fine that it's different. It also doesn't... It does away almost entirely with the hero worship of John Wayne, which is great, because he's a racist asshole.
So...
Oh, Bridges is taking off. Battery's gonna die. 19%. But you'll be back. Alright. See you later. I don't know if you'll be back today or some other day, but either way, good having you, as always.
Yeah, I learned an interesting term recently.
Oh, back today. Sweet. See you in a bit. Learn a term.
I learned an interesting term recently called data anxiety. I think we talked about this, but
sure.
But data anxiety is that crippling fear that you get when you realize, oh my god, I still have to watch Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Preacher, and I gotta catch up on Game. Yeah, I'm so far behind that it just is causing me stress that I can't engage with this media.
I don't have that with television so much because I've been underemployed for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I always have something on in the background. I just marathoned all of the new season of Orange is the New Black. But I do have that with video games. Is that I at one point stopped having the money to constantly buy new consoles and new software. And I used to be up on everything. It was pretty much, if it was new, if it was big, I'd played it. And that stopped in my 20s because I just didn't have the fucking money.
It ain't cheap.
It's an expensive hobby. And it's really... And then games also moved away from what I like. And so it was just kind of like, why bother? This isn't...
This is going to be a very short fight.
This is going to be a very short fight.
Having 4 options will do that.
But I missed so many games in the backlog.
Yeah,
But now I just look at even my own Steam collection. I'm like, I'm never gonna play all these. Like you used to, whenever there was a Humble Bundle and you could get me 10 games for $1, you would just be like, here, Joe, here's 10 games.
Yeah.
And most of those I just haven't played. Because for some reason, I feel like a failure if I install something and don't finish it. If I just start a game and it doesn't grab me and I don't like it that much, I feel like I'm not doing my job. And this is even before I started playing video games for this show. I feel like I'm not fulfilling my role somehow. I'm not giving the artist their due by engaging with their work.
I think I'm going to switch from laser to vertical here. Just because I have missiles going down and lasers going up.
Now you are the bullet hell.
Yes.
For everybody else.
Yeah. But I am going to get my power-ups over to laser so that I can switch back when it's advantageous for me to do so. Yeah, there is a ton of strategy, and this game is much more forgiving with the power-ups than Life Force.
This seems like more fun. Life Force was pretty short.
I mean, it was short because it was super hard. Back in the day, and it's Rare especially did this, which is why a lot of Rare games were unbelievably hard, like Battletoads.
Was that Rare?
Yeah, Battletoads was Rare. Because a lot of the Rare programmers used to work on Commodore 64 games. And in those games, they literally said, like, you need to make this more challenging because the game is not that, we don't have enough space to make a long game.
Yeah, Rare. Wow. Who knew?
I knew. I literally knew.
Yes, I know you did. And nobody beat that game.
No.
Nobody beat that game.
There's plenty of like awesome games done quick guys who try every year and just cannot.
Is that true? Like,
I'm sure there are people who...
There has to be somebody who's beaten it.
I've seen Mike Matei on Cinemassacre. I've seen Mike Matei do like he used a save state to get to it and then just reload from the beginning, so he didn't have to play the first 2 levels. But I've seen him beat the speed bike level.
Snowbound says some Japanese developers during that period also upped the difficulty on American games to keep them from being beaten in a weekend, and game rentals were a major part of the market.
Yep. That was X-Men arcade game. There are healing items in the X-Men arcade game, and they were taken out for the U.S. release in the arcades to eat up more quarters.
He was saying,
but yeah, and
games going to Japan, I think. Yeah.
Interesting. So we got ourselves a good power up. Ooh, look at that, rocks coming out.
You got the power-ups that are making the game almost unwatchable.
Unwatchable because I'm so good at it?
Okay, American versions of Japanese developed.
Yeah. Yes.
Rentals weren't as much of a thing over there. Okay, so he's saying they were easier in Japan. See, what gets me about that is that I don't know that it mattered. Because I used this example, I think last Tuesday, but you could totally beat Contra with your buddy in about half an hour, and that didn't stop us from doing it over and 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 over again. It was almost a selling point how easy the game became with the Konami code. Because it was like, well, we can do this, and then we'll beat it, and then we'll feel like we accomplished something, and it'll be great. Now, granted, you don't get that, like, that you would from, like, beating a Mega Man, which can actually get difficult at times.
I mean, that depends on if you know the boss order or not.
Yeah.
Although it did get a lot of spikes and pits towards the later game, especially Mega Man 9 when they brought it back.
Yep.
They seemed to miss what made Mega Man fun, which was awesome platforming.
I disagree.
And instead just went for grueling difficulty.
I disagree. I beat Mega Man 9 with it, you know. I mean, you can't cheat. I guess you can. Is there Game Shark for the Wii? I don't know. But, Craig and I beat Mega Man 9. It was one of the greatest video game experiences I ever had, and I would put Mega Man 9 up there with Mega Man 2 and 3. It probably goes 2, 3, 9 for my top 3 Mega Mans, and 2 is the easiest one.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm kind of okay with a game being easy if it's fun.
Yeah. Boom.
Nope.
This game is fun.
I just like the reversal of fortune, that you are now the bullet hell for everybody else.
Look at this, just walls of laser.
Just walls of spam.
Just putting firepower out. And now I'm good. I'm set up enough that I can just cruise on over power up wise to the force field. And then once you have the force field, you can survive 2 or 3 hits, which is usually all the game can throw at you. Usually all the game can throw at you before you've gotten up to force field again.
So Caspern's gone. Bridges is on a break.
Look at that. The MOAs are back.
Snowbound, you are our only viewer. As far as you're the only chatter. We don't know how many viewers are watching. We don't have access to that data from where we are. You're the only person talking. And it's not Moas. He corrected you on
Moai.
that. Moai. I believe Snowbound said he was a dude. Hopefully I'm not misgendering you.
Oh, he's a goon, so...
Come on, there's plenty of female goons.
Yeah, they're doing something cool here where there's a lot of verticality in the stage now.
Yeah, is this just looping up and down?
I don't believe so.
Like 3D World Runner did last week?
Oh dear.
Oh, gosh.
Not playing around right now.
No. Well, I can tell you, you know, this game seems a little more quality. It seems like they knew they were producing for a home market this time.
Yeah.
And not making an arcade shooter. Because you have held on to these upgrades for some time.
Yeah. I'm gonna die pretty quick here, though.
You are, but it isn't trying to just eat quarter after quarter after quarter. Man, I didn't know the Easter Island heads had bodies.
Yep. It was just crazy what they were up to in the Easter Island days.
Aren't they like a huge mystery? Like nobody
No,
knows?
they totally know how they did it and what it was up to.
Okay.
Come on! Oh, for God's sake!
Yeah, I don't know how you could have gotten out of that. You were shooting that nonstop.
You could only, the only time it, oh God, there's where I lose.
Oh, you need that power up.
That's my only hope is laser.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to shoot them when their mouths are open. And you have to shoot all the sides.
Right. I don't see you've done everything you can.
Yep.
What could you have done differently?
Nothing. Maybe go up or down and find another way.
Yeah, I think do that. I mean, you're not gonna do. I mean, you just gotta keep moving. No, nothing. There's no, and it does loop.
Yeah, it does loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no way out of this.
If you don't have your upgrades, yeah.
So the way out of this is lose all your lives, continue, and then have all your upgrades when you get here.
Yep. Pretty much.
There is no way out of this. So we were talking about Rocket. Yeah. We were talking about Rocket earlier, who, by the way, does not like to be called a raccoon. I waited and get the Beatles pun until embarrassingly late.
What's the Beatles pun?
Rocky Raccoon.
I don't know what that means.
That's right. You're the one person who just doesn't know the Beatles at all.
I liked them when they were the mop-haired boy band. And
this is off
were
the White
enjoyable.
Album.
Yeah, no. When they started doing drugs and being crazy, I tuned them right out. I don't care about their noodling and bullshit chat.
Oh God,
They're
you're one of those hot takers who the
It's
Beatles
not even a hot take
The
thing.
Beatles were actually bad.
It's not even a hot
Fuck
take
off.
thing. It's just straight up. It's straight up. I was an Elvis boy. I was an Elvis man, not a Beatles man.
I don't think those were mutually exclusive.
You could only have
I think
one.
almost everybody liked both.
Little rock, tiny rock. Let's see if it makes me do that whole section again. Right, no power. Just
What's the blue one?
kills everything on the screen.
Okay.
You know, a thing that's useless.
When there's nobody on the screen.
Right.
Yes. This is weird. They're both deeply appropriative of artists of color. Fucking A right they are. Yes, they absolutely are. It was, here's you and I got into an argument about this, what was it, yesterday? About, because I just filmed an episode on Get Out that's gonna come out pretty soon here. When I say pretty soon, that's relative. The post-production process for this show is long. But we watched Get Out, and at one point there was a character shopping and listening to the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. And I got into an argument about that. I was like, it's to me, it's important not just... I think that Jordan Peele put that music in the movie because it was, hey, white people, here's the safe version of Motown. Dirty Dancing. And you don't think so. You just think it was, here's the whitest music possible. Yeah. I think that it was, the whole movie's themes center on cultural appropriation to the point of literally stealing bodies.
Literally appropriating.
Literally appropriating. So I think that move was appropriative. And yeah, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, all of my favorite things were absolutely hugely problematic. Because it was, let's take this sound and give it a white face. That doesn't mean the Beatles or Elvis or Led Zeppelin suck. It just means that the market forces behind everything were fucking terrible.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be shooting at.
I think when they open their mouths, I think you had it right.
There's just no red blinking.
No.
I changed my upgrades on the continue to be for that fight. And now I just have bad upgrades. There's classic laser, which puts in work. There we go. Alright, now we're back in.
And Snowbound, by the way, I liked you before, but that hugely appropriative of artists of color comment, that got me right in the feels. I'm a fan of yours now.
Anybody remember this from the last game?
Oh yeah, here's Flame World.
And this one totally has, now that there's actual graphics behind it, totally has straight up, you just die.
Yeah.
Music's awesome.
You know, the fiery mountains that populate most of space.
Oh, the blue one does nothing. Got it.
Oh, because these aren't enemies.
Glad I got my force field, though. Oh, and right to the boss.
Sure.
No, this is the mini boss. This is the dragon.
The Dagron.
Same sprite from the first level, but red now.
Snowbound says, thank you, I try to be woke, but as previously mentioned, I am aware I am a priv lord.
Its head morphed to the other side of the dragon.
I will say again, I said it the other day when you basically apologized for being a, cishet white dude. That's nothing to apologize for at all. That's not this show's stated position, is that those things are bad.
Any idea how I get out of this? I'm all ears.
Okay. Oh, man!
Pew!
That just happened.
All right. We got through the flame stage.
I have privilege I don't deserve, actually, speaking of. I haven't talked about this in an episode of the show yet, but I have straight privilege even though I'm not. Is I don't read as queer. And so I go down this... Yeah, it's privilege is totally all about perception and has nothing to do with reality, but I totally have straight privilege. And our friend Josh, Way doesn't. He's straight, I'm not. I carry the straight privilege. Everybody thinks he's gay, and he gets treated like shit for it. Oh, space was on fire because of the dragon. Okay, fair enough.
All right, time for the grass stage. No!
Oh!
I was trying to get one more upgrade
I know.
to get my shields back.
All right.
Well, let's see what happens. So now these things are literally unkillable with the amount of firepower I can put out.
I don't get to talk about tonight's games a lot because this is your last Monday with me. We're dropping the dual show Monday. I'm gonna start trying to have guests, but we'll see how well that goes.
I think you'll be fine. I think you don't give yourself enough credit for the kind of pull that you could have.
Crystal said that she's cool to come over and do it. And she did Tuesday with me last week. You missed it, man. There was a really touching moment where her daughter showed up and got to say she was all proud of her mom for transitioning. I had a legit like verklempt, heartfelt moment on my show that nobody saw except Snowbound. It's on YouTube forever, so that's good. Maybe that should be my strategy: is just get people on who have kids, and then all of their kids will keep showing up.
I'm throwing lives away. I don't need to.
It's okay. You're gonna continue, and then you can get some good power-ups at the.
Well, here's the thing. There are limited continues, unlike.
Ew. That is a bit of a problem.
So you have basically 13 or so lives. We're gonna try this gun out for a little bit.
I've never heard the term Priv Lord before.
It's pretty great.
It is pretty great.
Yeah, you just straight up can't kill them. Oh, these upgrades anyway. So now I'm just blind.
Yep. Sure. This area has a very Super Metroid Bryn Star kind of.
I mean, I did say it was the plant level.
Kind of feeling.
I don't know. What do you think about the split gun?
I'm for it.
Oh, new boss. New boss. Oh!
Yeah, too many conjoined sprites.
I don't know how I'm supposed to. Oh, look, he's got arms. He's got little tiny arms. Oh, he's pulling me in. He's pulling me in.
Too many conjoined sprites.
Yeah, this is ghastly with this power up.
Hey, Snowbound, how does it feel to be our first fan we don't know? Oh!
You saw that, right? You just. Bleh.
Yep.
Bleh.
Oh, drag. You want to quit?
No.
Okay.
No.
I
think I have continues
I
left.
was feeling that.
No, you're
All right.
wrong.
All right. You want to keep going?
Yeah.
Cool.
I got two
Two credits left.
Put my credit in the machine. I want better power-ups this time. So we're gonna go missile.
I should take that back. Our first vocal fan that we don't know. Our first fan that actually gets involved in the chat.
Let's try that option.
Alright. We're a young stream. I don't mind trying to make a point to watch streamers that aren't Nazis and aren't super big. Yeah, we're neither of those things. I put it right in the name of the fucking show, just so people know.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see the leaves flying in.
Yeah, but it's sucking in the ship as well, I get it. Too many fucking Nazis on the internet these days, man.
Ah!
I don't know if anybody heard that. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but Dell yelled, and then a baby that's adjacent to this building in a different unit sounded like he was imitating Dell's yell.
Yeah. I mean, this monster is so frustrating. I wonder if I can actually kill these. Because you see how it actually...
Yeah.
If I can actually knock those out, that's less things that he's shooting.
Right. Doesn't look like it yet.
Maybe now.
Can you go... No?
Yeah, these monsters don't change color. They're not... They don't flicker. They don't do anything. They don't have a life bar.
They're not giving you any of the Super Nintendo era clues as to you're doing the right thing. You got it. You got it.
All right, I don't know, folks.
That just happened. Ah, you picked this game, just FYI.
Yeah, and it didn't give me the power-up I needed. So it's just a lost life, and I'm
You
gonna
picked both of our games.
Yeah, and they were both good. So this is going to be a long fight.
Is it?
Yeah, because I didn't... It gave me a blue. Every so often, the red power-ups are replaced with the blue ones that just vaporize what's on screen.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have a speed-up, so it just kills me. If you don't have a speed-up, it just kills you.
So you need to take a speed up.
Right.
After this continue.
Yeah.
But you'll be starting from farther back
Nope.
now, right?
It starts you right at the boss, so you have no time to collect power-ups.
That's messed up. Yeah. I guess pick your power-ups accordingly.
Yeah. And the big thing is, there's only 4 power-ups. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which gives you the laser and the speed up if you started with the power.
Which is what you need, yeah.
But even then...
We still don't even know what you're supposed to be shooting at. Yet.
I mean, you're supposed to be shooting at the cone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the big red thing, but... I must bathroom. Try to be interesting without...
Alright, I will do my best.
Crossing.
So that's going to cost me 2 lives now. 1, because I'm going to need the speed up to not die right off the bat. Alright. I think I'm fast enough. Triple speed up should get me there. It's just going to take a long time. All right. So,
Crossing.
tried something new.
What'd you do?
I took all speed ups.
Okay.
Because the thing has this suction power.
Right.
And if you can straight up fight against it, you know, yeah, you have to plink away with your regular gun, but you have a shot.
Sure.
The big thing is, though, as soon as it shuts off, you then get full control, and it's not great when there's bullets on the screen. Because then you are going triple speed.
Sure. Do they still make these? Ah.
That's it. That's the game.
That's the game. We got to figure something out because we got another 40 minutes of stream. So we either have to get real interesting real quick and just talk or come up with another game to play.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I need a break.
You take your minute.
I need my hands back.
Do you want to go off camera? Do you want to go
I'm gonna
intermission?
I'm gonna wander off for a second.
All right.
Let's
go intermission. We'll
No,
go.
go ahead. I want to see you
No,
play this.
I don't
one
want to
day.
play this fucking game. I don't like this genre.
You don't like
I know. I
shooters?
did this because it's your last Monday. You know, you made
You
it
didn't want to. You don't like space shooters?
like bullet hell side scroll. I like them okay. They're fine. They're just not my jam. I don't. You know, it's not something I would want to do on the internet. Like I might play one just for fun, a little, but yeah, not really my jam.
You gonna play FTL on tomorrow?
I don't know what I'm gonna play tomorrow.
You should absolutely play FTL tomorrow. Hashtag cast life.
It was hashtag cloak.
Yeah.
I might play FTL. I was also thinking Path of Exile. Because
I mean, you were so close on.
I know I got so close to winning.
So just play FTL again.
Maybe. I might. I'm thinking about it.
Keep trying to talk him into it because it was good. Because it was just this great, like, it was slow paced enough that you could actually talk through your decisions before making them.
Right. It's good for streaming. I will. Oh, excuse me. I will cop to that. It is, you know, but somebody has to be there. If there's just nobody there and I'm doing it by myself, which hopefully doesn't happen.
Well, now you got fans.
We have Snowbound.
No, you got other people.
Yeah.
Gary Glitter will come back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately named Gary Glitter.
Yeah. I even said, like, nice name, completely forgetting that the actual Gary Glitter turned out to be a pedophile?
Yep.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh. Alright.
Well, let me take a quick break.
Yeah,
We'll
we
just wander
can
off.
go to another intermission, and then we'll talk about what we'll do next. We got 40 minutes to go.
Well, here's the thought. Here's
Yeah.
the thought.
Yeah.
Let's put Roadrunner on, but mute the game audio.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can absolutely do that.
So I wanted to play the Roadrunner SNES game, which I have a great... I loved all the Sunsoft Looney Tunes games. They were just good. But the Roadrunner game has a truck horn in the background.
The entire game.
Yeah, they're trying desperately to emulate that sound, and it does not.
No, that's not what it is. Like it's just throughout the entire game. It's not supposed to be anything. I'm convinced that it was just a design. I mean, you say that it was present in the original game. Like, I have my doubts that you have any idea what it sounds like now.
All right, let's ask the stream before we go to intermission. We'll take
right.
some votes.
'Kay.
Do you want to hear the horrible meh of Roadrunner?
No. Nobody wants to hear that. We're going to mute the sound.
All right.
We're going to mute the sound, but you wanted to play Roadrunner. We'll play some Roadrunner.
Sounds good.
All right.
We'll be back in 3
Take a
to
quick
5.
break. Be right back. Got it. God dang mouse. Yeah. We're back.
Hooray, we're back.
Super secret third game of the evening. And listen to that awful, awful, awful sound. This was gonna be the second game tonight, but that sound was the problem. That is awful. Get rid of it. Keep moving.
All right. So is that not being displayed to our listeners, or?
Oh, God. Okay, there it is. Listen to that. Listen to that awful, awful shit. Why? Why is that there? So we discovered, we vetoed this for the second game of the evening, instead going to Gradius 3. But we're doing this. Once you get past this, the sound goes away. I don't know what it is. I actually got to get up and go change the box art that's above us here.
Sure.
Burb.
That is a burb on the screen. Hungarius uncontrollabus.
Oh, I was just saying BRB like it's a word.
So this game tries to do the Sonic thing, where it's speed.
Is it still making that noise?
A little bit.
It is absolutely still making that noise. Okay, we're muting the sound.
All right.
That is awful. What even is that? Okay, we can hear this, but they can't.
All right.
Oh, that is just terrible. Can you guys still hear that? I should ask. Bridges is back. Hey, Bridges.
So we're going to set off some flags and run real fast. So Hudson, or not Hudson, I'm sorry, Sunsoft did this a bunch. Where they just
We did miss you, by the way. Welcome back.
They had a... There's a...
There is a... That's like Luigi's Mansion. There's a press B to Mario. That's the only function that button has, is him going, Mario! I always thought that was adorable. That was Dr. Mrs. My Ex-Wife's favorite video game.
Hang on. There's something up there I want to grab. Nope. Okay.
Oh, God. We can still hear this. Can you guys hear this? We turned the audio off because there's this just shit-awful buzzing that's going on with this game. This game specifically. Is there another button for...
Well,
meep,
there's...
meep?
Yeah.
Can you do both? Because that's... Yeah. Crystal says, yes, I can hear. Can you hear the game audio? I tried to disable that because it was just...
By the way, just
like, it...
see that coyote
Can't hear
roller?
it anymore. Okay, cool. Yep. Bought those plans from Acme. Crystal and Bridges are here. We've got mother and daughter.
Aww. Oh, dear. Got it. Aww. Aww. Splat!
Okay. I think, yeah, I've never seen this game. I think I see the appeal, though.
Yeah, it's...
Bridges, you should not hear it. You do not want to hear it. There was the in-game audio produced this just shit-awful buzz that we had to get rid of. And we have another half an hour on this stream, and we ran out of Gradius.
Yeah, we just hit a point where...
Dell he was done.
Well, we hit a point where...
So this is the super secret third game that if you only read the description, you won't know we played.
Yeah, it's got a super, super floaty control scheme. Oh, shield. Yes, I want shields. Ah. All right.
Crystal and Bridges are just shouting each other's names back and forth like, Tetsuo! Kaneda! Or like there was an episode of Space Ghost where Kevin Smith was on and it was like, Kevin! Zorak! Kevin!
Is that your Zorak?
Huh?
Is that your Zorak?
No, I can do a Zorak. Let me let me load up a Zorak.
Mantis.
Yeah.
Mantis. Whoa, man. That's when...
Zorak.
All right.
Whose teeth do you have?
I want the bones. We're done making the soup.
Give me back those teeth. I need them to get into clubs.
Never get into clubs.
You don't go to clubs. Because I don't have any teeth.
All right. So... Oh, I need that.
So
pickup.
yeah, it's got that Sonic thing where it wants you to go fast, and then it all of the game doesn't want you to go fast.
Yeah,
Even
there's
though
all
the
kinds
entire
of-
saleable premise of being Roadrunner is going fast. Why does this game hate you? Why does it not want you to do the thing it says on the tin? That would be tight to see a live-action Space Ghost and Zorak. Yeah, a little bit.
C. Martin Croker died last year.
He did, yeah. The Space Ghost voice actor is sadly no longer with us.
He's voice of Zorak and Moltar.
Bridges says, when you was younger, I watched this show a lot. I'm guessing she means Space Ghost.
Or Roadrunner?
Or Roadrunner.
Which is it? Both are acceptable.
Both are acceptable.
And now it's just straight platforming, but with a super fast and floaty...
And I'm guessing since you and I are right next to each other on the keyboard, she meant when I was younger, meaning her.
Maybe she's just declaring. Yeah, and there's a timer.
Yeah. Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
Now it wants me to go this way. Oh, no!
That's when I was working at the movie theater, that became our, hey, coming through. I am understandably not a huge fan of the word bitch. At the another theater adjacent to ours, the cry was, move, bitch, get out the way. I suggested, and nobody took me up on this, move, please, get out the way, as a replacement. But nobody listened to it. But at our theater, you're look, I need to get past you. One gal started doing this, and then I started doing it, and then it kind of caught on. Was meep meep after the Roadrunner, and that just meant I got to get past you. Get out of the way. Who did that song, by the way?
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
I got 24 seconds.
Luda did not go over as well with the, with my changes to the word please.
All right, 15 seconds. I almost want you to play this for a second just to see how insanely floaty and impossible.
Gotta stop using insane that way.
That's how insane works. That's how that word works.
Look, no, it's ableist, man.
It's not ableist.
It's totally ableist.
That's the game. Or, no.
It is a literal interpretation of the word that is functionally correct, but incredibly insensitive.
I disagree.
Okay. Speaking as somebody who has to take literal crazy pills, I would prefer you didn't.
I mean, I take literal crazy pills too, so...
Right. I'm just saying, I would prefer that you didn't. When does the stream end? Something laggy. The stream ends at 7 Pacific. 4 to 7 Pacific time. Though I just got a job, and I don't know what my hours are going to be. And that's a little stressful, because I'm trying to keep regular hours here of 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock Pacific time 3 nights a week. Now, one of those nights is you.
Right.
Are you just going to keep playing Netrunner forever?
Probably.
Probably.
You know, you actually build an audience by playing the same thing over and over and
Sure.
become an expert in it. All right.
Ain't that a female dog? Yeah. I just don't like the word. I feel like it's the N-word for women. There's nothing you can call a dude that's that. I just don't like the word.
Give me the bird seed. Thank you. All right. How are we just going to be there? Like a coyote. All right. Yeah, it just... There's a lot of memory involved.
Yeah. Which I'm like, if you want me to go fast, then it should be reaction time. It shouldn't be, I've done this 10,000 times before and I know how to make it work. That's my problem with Sonic games, too. I just always had that problem.
But as far as a look and if it weren't for the buzzing,
Right.
the sound of the game, the fidelity there is fantastic.
Yeah, I wish we could hear it.
And the art style is...
It's great. It's, I mean, it's, you know, Freeling Jones, you know, Aldems, the Warner Brothers folk.
Have you read the rules for Wile E. Coyote that Chuck Jones wrote?
I have not.
There were 4 or 5 like
Okay,
hard
we
and
got
fast
some meat
rules.
here.
Yeah.
Well, okay, all right, let's go. Let's go.
I would say just look them up because I can't remember them exactly, and I don't want to misremember them.
Okay.
But there are some very specific exact...
Chuck Jones rules for Wile E. Coyote. Chuck Jones rules for writing Roadrunner cartoons.
Yep.
And that's mental floss. All right, let's go over it. Yeah. Number 1, the Roadrunner cannot harm the coyote except by going meep meep. Coyote has to harm himself.
Yep.
Okay, cool. 2, no outside force can harm the coyote. Only his own ineptitude or the failure of Acme products. Trains and trucks were the exception from time to time. But that, I think that counts as his own ineptitude.
Of not getting out of the way of a train.
Yeah. Number 3, the coyote could stop any time if he were not a fanatic. Okay, that's a little veering into mental illness at that point, which I'm a little uncomfortable with, but pressing on. 4, no dialogue ever except meep meep and yelling in pain. There was a notable exception where in one episode of Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, we zoom out and we turn the camera around on 2 kids who are watching Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons. And those kids start going, I don't understand. They start asking all the questions that we would ask.
I don't recall.
I'm positive. No, dude, it happened. And then the coyote starts addressing those fans in a very deep, like, baritone kind of voice.
Wile E. Coyote,
yes.
but a genius.
Yes.
Those were way later episodes. That was back when you got the red nose and...
No, the red nose
was
Sam and Ralph. That's a different coyote. Same animation, but different coyote. So that happened. And then the coyote pulls down a board and starts pointing out to how tasty parts of the Roadrunner are. And I remember this, one part of him was flavored licorice. Not licorice. Licorice. And yeah, so I know at least one time that happened. Might have been after Chuck Jones died. This might have been one of the... Because Looney Tunes started producing again in the 80s?
Early 80s.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure.
That was the Bugs Bunny movies, right before Mel Blanc died.
Well, no, I mean actual Merry Melodies. There were new Merry Melodies. that were not made in 1960, whatever. Okay, where, oh, I lost my place. Anyway, they broke that rule.
Ah!
That rule totes broke.
How far back did it set me? All the way back, huh?
Why? Look, I just want... Okay, 6. All action must be confined to the natural environment of the two characters, the Southwest American desert. Totally. 7. All tools, weapons, or mechanical conveniences must be obtained from the Acme Corporation. Absolutely. 8. This is fantastic. I love this one. Whenever possible, make gravity the coyote's greatest enemy. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Number 9. The coyote is always more humiliated than harmed by his failures. This is Chuck Jones. Yeah. Chuck Jones having a heart. Is that the comedy does not come from we put a person through physical harm. It's no. The comedy comes from he's so embarrassed by his failure. His failure to be terrible. Number 10. The audience's sympathy must remain with the coyote. I don't know that worked.
Sure it did.
What do you think? I mean,
the alternative is that the audience's sympathy was with the Roadrunner, and the Roadrunner was never, to quote a oft-used phrase, the Roadrunner was never in a prone position.
Yeah, I guess, but I knew the coyote wanted to eat the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
So I didn't want the Roadrunner to get eaten. And the Roadrunner was the one who was always winning. And yeah, my sympathy was with the Roadrunner, but my sympathy was with the coyote, but my sympathy was also with the Roadrunner. Maybe I understood nuance more than most children did. I very much doubt I'm special in that way. We got a lot of comments, and it's just so much. Just so much.
Everything happens so much.
Yeah. Why is it so friggin' laggy? What's laggy?
Ah!
Your house doesn't have good cell phone reception. Yeah, anyway, I don't know what's going on there. Number 11. The coyote is not allowed to catch or eat the Roadrunner. Absolutely, that'd be the end of it. That's just it.
God.
And those are the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the rules. Those are all very good rules for writing a Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon.
This is so unbelievable.
You wanted to play this!
I know! I love this game because it's so hard. And it's not hard in, like, I don't want to say not hard in the good way. It's definitely a good kind of hard because you do need to master this interesting control scheme where everything is the floatiest it could possibly be and you fall off everything.
Right.
But I do enjoy it. Plus, you'll notice he splays his legs out, but that's his actual landing hitbox is just his body,
right?
Which also splays out. It's and yeah, it does the thing where, you want to go fast? Well, here's a cactus that you couldn't possibly see, or a cliff you're going to run off if you try and ever go fast. It's like the game, I don't want to say punishes you, but it makes some very interesting choices.
Meep, meep.
All right, I'm on my last hit of my last life. I just want to get through this stage.
I've seen actual Roadrunners in Texas.
Yes.
Meep, meep.
Now we get to see how the coyote... Oh, they broke the rules!
What
The
yeah,
Roadrunner clawed the
he
balloon.
harmed the coyote. The coyote did not harm himself. This game was not sanctioned by Chuck Jones.
Aw.
I was out of sync with that. Just in case you're worried about the audio being out of sync with the game, I was out of sync to begin with. I must excuse myself for a moment again. But we don't have much longer to go.
You make it sound like we're just grinding out time. He's got the green bat suit! One more big hop. Booyah. So we'll climb all the way up. Yeah, the other problem. Oh God, what is this? The other problem is there are both cactuses in the background as art pieces and cactuses in the foreground that can hurt you. And yes, they're different art, but your brain trains itself a particular way. All right, downhill and uphill. No! I think I'm dead. No! All right. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little business on the air,
All
which
right.
I'm not supposed to do. You never gave me the video of your last Netrunner stream. And after we go off the air, I need you to go get that for me.
Okay.
Okay,
I can do that.
sweet. Because that is not on YouTube yet.
All right.
Bridges says, ugh, shiz, why? Oh my god, why? Why is it so crappy connection? Why? Just why? I'm sorry your internet connection is not what it could be.
Yeah, you can't bop on things' heads. You gotta get close to them and peck them, but you move around so much,
Right.
there's no real way to break.
Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
Oh, jeez. I just found out about that button.
You have like a spin dash move?
Yeah.
Okay. Could have been using that the whole time.
Yeah. You see him in his green bat suit?
No.
He's just flying around. He's there.
What?
The coyote. He has a green bat suit that allows him to fly.
Okay. That's as high as you're going.
You got passwords for me? Is that what I'm reading? There he is.
No. Basically, Bridges is on a mobile network, and her mom is trying to tell her, get on the Wi-Fi, damn it!
Did you see him that time finally?
No, I was looking away.
Well, don't anymore. Ah! There he goes. You missed him.
I saw it! He said,
You
like
missed
He
it!
said like a Bostonian. I saw it.
That's not Bostonian. That's Philadelphia.
Okay.
Or not Philadelphia. That's Pittsburgh.
I don't know. Somewhere in the Northeast.
Yeah, that was my grandma would say that. She put your clothes in the wash. In the
No,
washing
that's a
machine.
Washington accent. That's here too. Yeah. Washington was by my grandmother was called Washington. Absolutely. But we were settled by people from the Northeast, so the Stewart and Denny parties, who just killed all kinds of people. and ruined the ecosystem. Good times.
Oh, and that uses my dash. Hang on. I want to check something here. Aha. Dash works to kill enemies.
Snowbound says, we get that here in St. Louis too. Washington and Highway Fatty. Yeah, So, Snowbound's in Missouri.
Well,
Take him to Missouri. Home of Randy Orton.
God. So, Randy Orton moved recently. I love this. I love this.
So we're going here then.
Yeah.
We're going to just tell this story that okay, starting off, there is a professional wrestler named Randy Orton. He's the son of a guy named Cowboy Bob Orton, who was famous when our parents were watching wrestling. He's a guy. He exists. Accept it and just let this story happen. So.
No! So Randy Orton has a finisher called the RKO, which is just another name for a diamond cutter.
Yes.
It's a diamond cutter. And he moved recently, and he just I'm just going to let my wife buy all new stuff and just sell everything.
Recently was like fucking 7 years ago, but whatever. We're taking recently. Okay.
Yeah. So he hired a company to just estate sale off all his stuff, and some pictures made it out onto the internet.
We're good. Who's got the keys to the Jeep? Crystal says.
Yeah, so
he moves.
So there are some pictures online, and it's like, here's his tchotchke hutch, here's his couch, all that stuff. And there's a box of VHS cassettes that are hand-labeled by him. And they are Best Diamond Cutters compilation. Like he's back in the old tape trader days.
Diamond Cutter is a finishing move used by one Diamond Dallas Page.
And also Randy Orton, as I described
And
earlier.
also Randy Orton, yeah. You didn't describe what a Diamond Cutter was, is what I'm saying. It's the same move, yes, but Diamond Dallas Page
did it better.
I don't know. There's been some pretty fucking good RKO. It's arguable. But we're talking about wrestling while playing a Warner Brothers video game
This whole thing's
on a stream that's supposed to be about social justice issues. Like, we are deep in the weeds right now. I cannot even comprehend how far away from the premise of this show we are being right now.
All I'm saying is this Roadrunner is totally just work.
I still wish that you could have got on board. I wanted to do a social justice themed wrestling podcast called Wrestling with Social Justice. And you were not on board. You were not about it. Because wrestling is super fucking problematic a lot of the time. And analyzing things from that way would be not just another couple of bumbling white guys talking about what happened on Raw this week. But you weren't interested.
I can't. I not until Vince dies and Kevin's fired.
Yeah, Kevin. Oh, God.
The man who took Mickie James off the air and took away her skirts because she was too fat.
Oh.
All right. I got this jump.
Super gross.
I don't got this jump. All right. So
y'all playing, what should I do tomorrow?
FTL. Play FTL.
Will you be there if I play FTL?
No, I got a thing.
Yeah, then you don't get a say. If you'd be there and you were there commenting, you'd get a say.
All right. 1 bounce. Oh, God. 1 bounce.
Of course.
2 bounce.
A 1, a 2, a 3, 3. No dice.
No.
Just no dice. Snowbound says, Darkest Dungeon expansion drop today. I'd watch FTL if I'm not otherwise engaged.
Yeah, I got the Darkest Dungeon expansion today.
Is Darkest Dungeon a game?
You can't play Darkest Dungeons, Joe.
Why?
Because it has permadeath, auto-saving, and that's XCOM all over the place.
So, I like XCOM.
No. Not XCOM. That's XCOM. That's XCOM is the... Oh, DuckTales or Tiny Toons is the vote. There's a...
Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, or Tiny Toons. Yeah.
So there's a thing in the new XCOM where you'll have a 95% shot and the alien will have a 5% shot. And instead of you hitting the alien and winning, you just die. And your whole team dies and your entire plan falls apart because that's XCOM.
Ah, gotcha.
Darkest Dungeon lives by that ethos of just like, hey, you know that thing you wanted to do? Well, instead, all your plans are for naught, and nothing good happens. I don't think you have the constitution to suffer through a Darkest Dungeon campaign.
Okay.
Also, it is grindy as hell.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, what I did, and what I recommend you do at home, people. Wait. What I recommend you do is edit your game files so that instead of trading always being a negative, trading is always a positive. Because you have like statues and portraits.
You're so far over my head.
Well, you don't need to know anything other than there are statues and portraits, and you can trade 3 statues for 2 portraits, and then 2 portraits for one statue. So it's never plus on it. And you can just edit that so that every one gives you 9, and I don't care about you, Snake. You see him?
That's that Snake from Donkey Kong Country 2. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm almost certainly not going to do Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, or Tiny Toons. Fucking flies. Jesus Christ.
Rescue Rangers is good, though.
No, it's super good, but that's super good with 2 people.
Yeah, because you can pick up your buddy and throw him when he's trying to do a thing.
But I don't know them. But the thing is, it's going to be a solo stream. I'm going to be by myself. So I got to be able to interact with the very few people that are here. In the hopes that they will continue to interact with me and then invite other people to be here.
Oh, no! Too far.
Too far.
Too high!
And those games, I'm going to be engrossed. I can't be, doing more than one thing at once. Snowbound says, I actually really enjoy it because it's grindy, but yeah, I get the critique.
Well, I mean, it was fun to be grindy up until it pulls yet another bullshit move where the Darkest Dungeon, the goal is to explore the Darkest Dungeon.
Sure.
And there's all these other dungeons you explore first until you get to the Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon's a 4-stage dungeon. At the end of the first stage, it goes, congratulations, you beat the first stage of the Darkest Dungeon. Second stage is now available. Also, the 4 guys that you just sent, that you leveled all the way up just to be able to handle that, will never go in the Darkest Dungeon again. They're too scared. So, and it does not telegraph this in any way. There is no way to know this except to listen to quality streams like this one and have that explained.
That sounds like shit.
Yeah, it's real bad, and the whole game has a bunch of stuff where there's just things that aren't telegraphed.
That's my problem with the roguelike genre in general. My introduction to roguelikes was you bought me Ziggurat. Mm-hmm. And Ziggurat's fun.
It's a hexen roguelike.
Yeah, but I played it, and 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 I never got really much of anywhere. And then one day I used the cheat codes, which, by the way, are the same cheat codes from the original Doom. They are literally IDKFA, IDDQD, ID Behold.
Behold?
And, yeah.
What is Behold?
It brings up a list of power-ups, and then you hit the first letter of them.
Oh.
I
never knew about that one.
Yeah.
I knew KFA and Spispopta.
So, yeah. SPI, SPOPD, which in Doom 2 was ID Clip. They went, fuck,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of shit to type. But I cheated through my way through Ziggurat, And I went, there's no way to beat this by yourself. I could never beat this without cheating, ever. And what I discovered about roguelikes is, it's lose and unlock power-ups. So just lose forever until you unlock enough shit to win.
Yep.
And I didn't like that. And FTL is kind of that. And I like FTL okay.
Yeah, but now you have good planes or good ships, you know?
No, I'm still playing with the original ship. I have the ships that I've unlocked don't really give me an advantage. But from what I've heard, I don't know about FTL, but I know that Ziggurat was definitely that. It was you die enough
and get incremental
power-ups and progress that eventually you can start to win. And I was like, I don't like a game that I can't beat until I die 50,000 times. And I like playing Ziggurat. I do find it enjoyable, but that part of that game I find extremely objectionable. I should get better. I shouldn't just keep dying until the game gets easier. I should get better.
You got to get good.
Yeah. The sense of progress, And I'm kind of the opposite when it comes to RPGs, because I don't think RPGs you're really getting good at. I think you just play them until your character is good, and that gives you a sense of progress for having done meaningless things for a while, and I'm not against that. I think that's fine. But yeah, I don't know that I like roguelikes. I'm okay with FTL-ish.
On my last hit point.
Snowbound says there is a theory in game design called abnegation. That some games draw is just doing a thing over and over and making very incremental progress. Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley runs on the same logic. I talked about this yesterday with Minecraft. Not yesterday. We didn't stream yesterday. I talked about this recently with Minecraft. Yeah, that I do. That's in our very first stream, our Zelda 2 stream. I talked about video games as exactly that. It is a doing things simulator. And if I feel like I've accomplished something, despite the fact that I'm sitting on my couch doing this, cool. That's what video games are. That's the drug. But I like that term.
Abnegation.
Abnegation. I'm not going to remember that.
That's why we have the recordings. Oh, come on.
I like words like that. I like big $10 words that most people would never hear. Like compersion.
Whew. Sheesh. All right.
Things that would make Tycho from Penny Arcade perk up.
Blush a little bit. Yeah.
And go, ooh.
All right, can I make this? No, I don't want to jump it there. I want, get me at the very edge. Run. Bounce left.
All right.
Avoid the coyote. Hang on.
We're just about done. I want to, while Dell is doing this, I want to say thank you all for hanging out. Top left of this video, you can find all of our social media accounts. Like, share, subscribe. If you're watching us on Twitch, you can just scroll down and there's a bunch of buttons that'll let you do all that pretty fucking effortlessly. This is Sofa Justice Warriors, a show which...
theoretically.
Well, no, hang on. A show which, in pre-produced episodes, will talk about social issues. But, in our video game environment, we're just a safe space where we're not going to be Nazis. Like, that's... It's in the name. It's a place to watch people play video games where we're not going to just start talking shit about black people for no reason, or the disabled, or queer folk. I am one of those queer folk. We're just not going to do that. So that's what we are when we're playing video games. Just a space for you to see somebody do that and not be a fucking Nazi. It's been great having you all here.
It's been fun being here.
And yeah, thanks Dell for coming in as your last Monday.
We got to beat Life Force.
It took you all of 2 weeks to decide that playing video games for 3 hours was too much work. Sorry, I was hoping you'd laugh at that too.
It's a lot of work. It is work.
I know it is work.
Beat the stage.
Woo! Done!
I want to see
The animation.
Splat!
Made it happen. Made it happen.
Woo. This game's a lot harder than I remember.
Yeah, it looks pretty fucking hard. Thank you for playing games all night long so I could talk all night long.
Yeah. Oh, there's a plan.
Boulder me.
We get a whole cutscene.
Yep.
RR. What could that stand for? All right.
What does that stand for?
Roadrunner.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was him that the arrow was pointing at. You're still playing.
I mean, hang on.
We're so done. We are. You're quitting the Monday show, but you're staying late on your last day. That's bizarre.
What am I supposed to do?
I think you would clock out as soon as you could.
Do I want to go up? No, I need to know what this does now. I got one whole life.
Okay, I'll let you have it. I will let you have it.
I think I'm supposed to go... Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot of verticality in the Roadrunner game, so this is...
I do like the parallax scrolling. You got that background back there that... Now, you're done.
No, I got my 0 life. Okay. So if I go up, there's nothing there. If I just go fat... Oh. There's nothing down there. Where do I go? What am I supposed to do?
Meep, meep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I timed it right. I finally got that right.
I can't jump on that thing.
No.
When I get down there, it just kills me with the... Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do.
Ah, there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you, folks, so much. You can find me on Twitter at ANRLizzy. I will be back on Wednesday to play some Netrunner with you.
Yes.
Joe's going to be here tomorrow to play FTL.
You can find the whole show at Sofa Justice.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. And now, again, the weekly awkward walk to the computer to turn the show off after the sign-off.
You're fine.
After the sign-off. I hate it! The professionalism! Oh!
I mean, you could just set a foot toggle to the whole stream.
If you know how, let me know. Good night, everybody!